Y'all come on in the building. Let's chat about it. Come on in. Gonna talk about breaking the generational curse today. Give y'all a few seconds to come in. Y'all might be out and about. Who knows? Don't ever worry about it. You can always catch the replay. Give me a minute anyway. While y'all coming in, let me do this. Hey, Misty. I see you. Give me a minute, Misty. Okay. I think I got it. All right. Hey, Elaine. I didn't know who was home, who was coming out to chat with me today or not. It really didn't matter. I was coming anyway. Hey, Miss Jackie. Good evening. I missed somebody. Hold on. Hey, Auntie. Glad you came in because the second one in was a troll. The first one in was a troll. Yep, they still busy. They on that job, but I'm gonna talk about them today because that might be a generational curse. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Yep, why not? Sounds like a good subject to talk about to me because it definitely awards some attention, in my opinion. Everything that's passed down from generation to generation is a generational curse negatively. If it's not positive, where it's benefiting you in any kind of way, it's a negative, it's a generational curse. So I guess we need to figure out what are generational curses first. Can be anything that's a negative. It could be childhood molestation, alcoholism, drugs, loneliness, depression, anxiety, mental instability, not having a keen understanding of life itself, not knowing your sexual identity, no self worth, child of a bad divorce, poor student in school, making poor grades in school, no spirituality, gangbanger, murderer, thief. If it was passed down and you did the same thing your parents did or whoever raised you did, that's a curse. Okay? Now, if you did this on your own and it was not passed down to you, then that's a different subject. That's you. A product of being a teen mother, your mother was, you are, your child is, generational curse. Lazy, don't want to work to better yourself. Health issues, being the black sheep of the family. No coping skills, no reasoning or logic. I say one thing and you take it to mean another. without even questioning me as to, is this what it was? Does this mean that? You automatically assumed. That's bad. You could be off track a whole lot of times with a whole lot of people and lose a lot of friends that way. Everybody's not going to have that motivation to want to stick with you. A deflector, deflecting off of what your problems are onto what somebody else did. Mama did it, you doing it, and the next generation doing it too. Poor manager of life, of money. Just not being a good person in general. Using people. All of these things can be generational curses if the one before you did it. Hi, Miss Joy. Hi, Jose. Thank you. I look amazing. I guess this is us. Seep. Amazing outfit. Thank you. I just put on some clothes. Hey, Miss Jackie Johnson. Good evening to you, Auntie Millie. Zaza, hello. How are you doing? Thank you, Miss Joe. I appreciate that. Hey, Keisha. You mean Sunday? What did you say? You said Saturday. What did you? Oh, Saturday. Yeah, we a day ahead. We've jumped into Sunday. Soon to be Monday. That's why I came on early because I'm like, I'm not staying up late tonight. And I already know Miss Diane is going to be out tomorrow. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on me because we'll have a substitute driver. So I got to help him with his route. I got to see to the kids. I got to take the attendance. It puts a lot of pressure on me when she's not there. And she told me on Friday, her niece is having surgery tomorrow. And I never heard of this kind of surgery before. It's cancer of the kidney, if I'm not mistaken. And they're going to actually take the kidneys out and take the cancer off and replace them. So that's a major surgery there. Hi, Grace. How you doing? Jesus loves you as well. He wants a relationship with you. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I appreciate that, Miss Grace. And thank you for coming in. I got up this morning and went to church this morning and had my little talk with him. And I always ask him to bless the people coming in and out of my chat. But thank you. You're listening while attempting to make a stir fry, Keisha. Okay, I hope it turns out well. Thank you, Miss Jackie. I appreciate that. Anything that's a repeated negative action and or behavior, degeneration after generation. Absolutely correct. Hey, Shatika, good afternoon and blessings. Being and doing better than in the past, giving God the glory. You got that right. And asking him humbly for strength and guidance. Okay. I hope you are feeling better also. And that was a good thing to ask for. Man, I am. You're saying you love my voice. Who do I sound like to you? Who do I sound like? There was a TV star out here back in the day. No, she sounds like me because I'm the older. Okay, Jasmine Guy. That's what I've always been told. I look like Debbie Allen, and I sound like Jasmine Guy. I'll go with that. Hey, Simply Productions, how you doing? I love your look as though you're taking a cruise to the Caribbean island. We're on a cruise. We're on a fantastic voyage, virtual cruise ship. I was going outside and the kids were out there at the pool and they were making so much noise. And then the internet don't always come in too good out there. So I came back inside and flopped down on the sofa and said, I'll go from here. Hi, Chad Watson. Of course, you went to church with that super nice hat on. And I wore it to church too. I sure did. I haven't even taken my church pin off of it. I haven't taken the bracelets off, none of that stuff. I took my earrings off, forgot to put them back on. I have one question. Can I ask? As long as it's pertaining to generational curses, because that's what we're talking about. Okay, so let's get into it. So it sounds like a mystical fiction when you're talking about a generational curse, like a poison apple or a wicked stepmother when you're talking about a generational curse. Psychology can be real funny. Hey, Lily. And it can be strange. Our minds are just wandering all over the place. One of our most valuable assets as a human is your mind, not to mention most complex. There is so much that you are still learning every day about how our minds work. And every time we discover a new level in life, we see how deep it can just be to continue to grow every day. Thank you, Millie. I appreciate. No, who is this? Lily. Thank you, and thank you too, Auntie Millie. The curse just roots itself throughout time and space, and it creates the world we live in. That's all a generational curse is. It's a thought in your head, in your mind. And once upon a time, that translated or formulated into a belief. And so now you may be living by that belief that was transformed into your mind. You may not or may have been helpful at one time, but is it benefiting you now? But nevertheless, you survived the test of time. But now, today, we're going to start today trying to see if you can change a generational curse. Are you going to live with that generational curse? How do you change it? What do you do? How do you start? It's passed down from adult to child like a haunted heirloom. It's always because the way things are. That's what you say. Not much thought otherwise. It terrorizes our entire households before sinking deeply into the next household. Well, congratulations, for I am selecting you today to break whatever generational curse you may have. You are aware, only you, of what that generational curse is that's been cruising through your mind for years and being passed down through the family. I'll see you later. Thank you for coming over, Britain. I appreciate you, but you gotta go, sweetie. Not on the topic. People in here don't come in and ask that. You interrupted my conversation. So, sweetheart, it's up to you to break that curse. You are the unlucky one to get the opportunity to break it. Why you? It's because you seem to be the first to recognize and realize that it exists. Can't break nothing if you don't know it's there. If you're not going to stop and recognize that you are living a generational curse, then how can you change anything? You can't. How can you fix it? You can't. Hey, Coffee No Cream. Thank you. So we over here talking about a generational curse this evening. Maybe others have tried before you and they failed. So you decided, well, I ain't gonna bother to change nothing because they failed. They didn't make it. And be sure to put your comments into the chat. Forget the trolls. Auntie Millie is in here. She getting them out of here. But I'm talking to my sugar woogers and my beautiful butterflies today. The trolls are not going to understand it even if we let them stay in the conversation. You see how they coming in. What is she talking about? It's hashtagged out there exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm saying. That could be a generational curse. Not having manners, being rude, disrespectful. It might have passed on. Who knows? Only they can solve that problem. So if others have tried and they fail, you may be at that point where you just think, it's no help for me. It's nothing that we can do or say that's going to change anything. It takes a lot of strength. You have to be almost a hero to really try and break that generational curse. The journey is not, I repeat, it is not going to be easy or a pleasant one. Okay. Hey, classy lady, and hello to you, Tracy. I'm going to speak to everybody right now, but I'll read the comments later. Because if I start reading y'all's comments, then that's going to take me off of what I've decided to talk about. Okay. This is my channel, and I talk about what I want, and I allow y'all to put your comments into the channel. But I don't want to break commentary with what you're saying versus what I'm saying. Okay. And we'll talk about it and agree to disagree later. So please do put your comments into the chat. Like I was saying, this journey is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be a pleasant one. I recommend highly you preparing your mind, your body, and your soul for it. Recognize the single generational curse, because there may be many. There may be more than one. But you are going to have to recognize what the one is that you need to break first. That's really holding you back from doing whatever you need to do. Secondly, identify it as your own family members, not mine. I got to recognize my own. If there is one, I have to recognize it. If you have one, you have to recognize it. Got me? Make an affirmation list to ward off the demons that are going to come out and play. They have already come out to play in my chat today. We are talking about a specific topic that may be affecting many people in the world, but they don't even have sense enough to know that they may be the ones affected by it. See how it works? Anything positive around a negative is most probably going to be attacked. And I will be in here for this subject today, because everybody's not going to agree with it. Everybody don't even realize they have a generational curse. So how could you agree? Because anything positive coming from this will be godly. Anything negative coming from it will not be. It's just that simple. Now, let me give you an example of a generational curse that stimulates the emotion of fear within you. You're going to want to surround yourself with that makes you feel safe. If you have a generational curse of fear, listen to what I just said. You need to surround yourself with everything and everybody that makes you feel safe. You go into a room of people that all of y'all are afraid. You just going to be more scared than you were if you had stayed out the room. If the generational curse is that of loneliness or abandonment, bring in your deepest emotions and fulfill yourself or surround yourself around people that make you feel wanted, feel happy, and not so alone. Sometimes we choose the wrong people to be around. You'll never be able to break this generational curse if you go to lack people. You're lacking something and you go to another person that's lacking the same thing. Y'all can't help each other. Now let's explore the aspects of the curse and gather any supplies that may be needed in the form of crystals, maybe, herbs, and whatever you may need. A Bible. I don't know what you're going to need, but you're going to have to figure that out. And I strongly suggest the Bible. Okay? It has everything in there that you need to live by. We choose not to pick it up. We choose not to read it. We choose not to go to Sunday school where you learn about it. We choose not to go to church. We choose to sit on YouTube and watch the foolery. We choose to go and do other sports or other things that takes the place of it. Today is Sunday. How many of us even stopped to thank him for the week we just had and the week that's coming? Don't take it for granted. Please don't. Now try to make the transition from one reality to the next reality. When you are trying to break the curse, follow your emotions. They are there to guide you. They show us what makes or what we need to be healed and where it resides in your body. Okay? And that is life. That is life itself. If you go by your emotions and what is attacking you and you adhere to what is going on, you're going to come out a stronger person. The only way to pass the trauma and into the healing is through your emotions. So the more you lean into them and stop trying to hold back, the quicker and easier it will be for you to go through the process and heal of your emotions. A lot of these are going to be childhood trauma that you've lived with and you adjusted to, but you have not overcome it. It could have been slight because everybody thinks different, everybody handles things different, or it could have been something that emotionally took you apart. If you were molested as a child, that's a hard thing for you to get through, especially if you had no therapy to help you heal. If you started off as a little kleptomaniac and you went on through from childhood, taking this and taking that, and you never broke the tradition, and the people ahead of you did it, and your children are not doing it, there is help that needs to be done in that area. This may look like a lot of different things depending on who you are and what you need. Keep your coping mechanisms as positive as possible. Humor helps a lot in getting through this. Positive humor, not humor of sitting around talking about somebody and laughing at their downfalls or things that they need help with. It is very effective to have someone help you through this. Someone. I don't know who that someone is, but that someone needs to be a positive person. They need to understand what you're going through. They don't need to talk down to you about the process. They need to be there willing to be a listening ear. And they need to correct you to keep you on path when you're going wrong. Um, Like I said, the process is not going to be easy at all, period. If you're suffering with a curse, just like you got into it, okay, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. You have low self-esteem and you gravitate to another low self-esteem person. You're defeating the process. How can they help you when you can't help yourself and they are not helping themselves? And the people before you who raised you were low self esteem people. They didn't teach you how to uplift and be a person of high self esteem. So now, how are you going to help the generation coming on? You got children now. You tearing them down because you toe down. It just goes on. It's a vicious cycle. So keep in mind, birds of a feather flock together. And perhaps not close family ties because an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So if it's in your generation, there may be chances that there is somebody else that has the curse within them also. And or it may be a different curse. You may have siblings and they don't have what you plagued with, but they may have something else. So you may have to go to the outside, to a best friend, to spiritual guidance, to counselors for help. You got to figure all that out. But you got to first want to break it. You got to come out of denial that you have this problem in order to break this problem. So be mindful of who you lean on for the times, because the person in question needs to be fully emotionally available to be able to help you. Okay? I see the comments coming in. I'm going to read them. All right? Otherwise, the trauma will retreat back. It'll go back and forth. You'll go in and out of it. It will fester and it will grow. So there is something also out there called shadow work. It's identifying and getting to know your demons. Not mine, yours. I got to know mine, you got to know yours. We don't have the same demons. Could or could not, but most probably we don't. So mine are not yours and yours are not mine. This is something that you physically have to do for yourself. To heal your generational curse, you are going to have to do one thing that's probably going to be the hardest thing that you've ever done in the world. And guess what that is? Forgiveness. You cannot move past it if you don't forgive the person that passed it on to you. That's the first step. That ain't easy. That's probably one of the hardest emotions that you will have is coming to grips that you have to forgive. It's not up to you to bring judgment. It's not up to you to go tit for tat. It's not up to you to get your lick back. That is not your assignment at all. The greatest gift he ever left here for us was love. So that tit for tat stuff, it will go on forever. You have to become a mature individual to realize that if this is going to stop, it has to start with me. To heal your generational curse, you have to forgive. Know your demons. And that's a strong beginning right there. You will have to find forgiveness. Just tell yourself, I forgive them because they do not know what they say or do. Remember, hurt people hurt people. All right? Now, one who is hurt is going to come for you, not the one that's happy. Hurt people hurt people. Okay? You have to learn whether to ignore that person or whether you're going to be around them and try to help them. In my case, I'm not. Hi, Mercy Me and Tasha Mack. Good evening. We're talking about generational curses this evening. I have gotten to that age where I realize I've tried to help so many people in life, and very, very few respond back positively. They may be there for a minute, but is something going to cause some jealousy or some hatefulness or some evilness to come out because they were hurt from the beginning. You weren't. So you're walking around here happy go lucky, and you don't think that's going to make them mad, upset? They ain't going to be happy about that. They'll find a reason not to like you. You look better. You act better. You talk better. You're more educated. You live better. You drive better. Your job is better. That's hurt people. But did you hurt them or did they hurt themselves? Is the question. All right? No. They walked into your life. You didn't know these folks. And they wanted to be a part of your life. And when you tell them, look, I don't want no parts of that. I cannot handle that. That ain't my business. I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me with this? And you tell them to get away from you, then they got a problem with you. And they'll be forever calling your name when you ain't even thinking about them. You are out in life enjoying your life with who you want to be with, which ain't them. So it becomes a problem to them. And the next thing when they want to do is disrespect. How can that bother me? We're not in the same place, on the same level, with the same people. I don't know you, much less nobody you with. They're normally not going to be independent people. They're going to be codependent people. They have to have people around. They have to have a team around them. That boosts their ego because something is wrong. It's a generational curse or maybe more than one that's plaguing them. So in order to make them look good, they got to have everybody around them. All of these people that agree with them. Sad, but true. And nobody's going to tell them, no, you're wrong. What you said was wrong. What you did was wrong. They have raised children this way. So now their children may be raising children. That could be 3 or 4 generations of messed up folks because nobody stopped to say, you're wrong. I don't care what. That's worldly stuff you talking about. Disrespect is disrespect, whether I do it at 70 or whether you do it at 30 or 40. There's no reason for it. None whatsoever. That's some worldly stuff that you made up. What does the Bible say? Okay. Guess you didn't read that part. So that's it and that's all. They attack behind their pain, their hurt, their feelings, and a lack of control of their emotions. When you aren't even thinking about them, they insert themselves into your life because of the deep down inside hurt and pain and the attention they are seeking from you, whether it be positive or negative. They need somebody to go back and forth with. We have to learn to ignore. We have to know when to walk away from them. Why would you stoop to their level when you already see they're in pain? No. They really want your attention, like I say, by any means necessary. and you're going on about your business and you steady growing and glowing and you prospering. That's making them even more upset. These are hurt people. Okay? It boils them inside. It's like they're on broil, the highest temperature on the stove, because they snapped out at you behind something foolish and crazy or a lie. It could be a lie. And most times, 9 times out of 10, if they don't know you, it is a lie. It's some stuff they made up. Where's the paper that proves what they said? They never gonna have one. Lip service. That's all you're gonna get. Mm-hmm. So you can defeat the entire army by just keeping your mouth shut, addressing it in a very classy way. Sorry, but that's not my story. Here's my story. Flip the paper on. Okay? I'm not over there trying to tell your story. I don't know what your problem is. Okay? But that's not my problem. You have to be truthful with people. Sometimes it may cause a friendship. Well, do you really want that kind of friend in your life who can't be told the truth? She can tell you what's on her mind, but you can't tell her what's on your mind. And you're not saying anything that's wrong. You're telling her something for her own good or him something for his own good. After a while, you're going to realize that gets old. That gets tiring. Y'all are not on the same level. Let that person go and she can still be a friend from a distance. Okay? If y'all meet, you can still go, hey girl, how's it going? But after that, you really need to keep it moving because I'm sure you have connected by now with people who can tolerate you, you can tolerate them, y'all are friends, y'all have been friends, and a real friend can tell a friend. If it's a real friend, they can. They're not going to get upset with you because they know you. Y'all have grown up together. There ain't nothing you're going to be able to tell Miss Villas about me. We've been friends since we were 5 years old. We work at the school together. We go to church together. She moved here first to this area. I moved here. We have never had an argument in life about nothing. Because I know how to go to her. She know how to come to me. That's a real friend. Same thing with Miss Margaret. She knows me. I know her. I know I can't talk to her the same way I talk to Miss Villas. I can go to a Villas and just tell her, look, straight point blank. Because we've been knowing each other since 5. I only met Margaret about 20 years ago. But I've learned her personality and who she is. She's a very, very nice person. But I can't come at her the same way I'm coming at Miss Villas. Because they're different personalities. You got to know that. So let me get into the chat. I'm probably missing a whole lot of stuff here because we're about 38 minutes in. And then I'll go back to the conversation. I'm going back up. Okay. All right. I'm looking for the first comment. Okay, where am I? Grace. I read Grace. Okay, let me go on down. Thank you, Auntie, for getting all the trolls out. That's what I was trying to do on the reel. It's not try to read the chat, give commentary, and then try to look to see what the trolls were saying. So now I know that everybody in here is a sugar wooger, beautiful butterfly, and I can respect their comments. Okay. Let's see. So Keisha says, repeated negative actions. I read that. I'm still trying to find the first comment here. Okay. I read Shatika. Look at the trolls. They should be the ones sitting down listening. Shatika, I love your look as though you're taking a cruise. I read that one. Chad Watson, of course, it went to church. Okay, I read that one. I'm still trying to get to the comments. They're trying to get smart. The question asked already blew it. Uh, I spoke to you, Lily. Please hit the like button. I don't even know where the like button is. Is it back in the normal place or is it up in the right hand corner with the three dots? Spoke to you. Thank you, Coffee No Cream. Tracy Kramer. I think this is where I am. I wouldn't say that what you've just described as a generational curse. I would say that it's the generations beyond the greatest generation that did not instill values. Okay. I can agree with that. Okay. You have different things that you classify as generational curses. I named off a whole bunch of them. I did not name them all, okay? But I can agree with you. That's cool. Hey, classy lady. To me, generational curses are repeating harmful mistakes. Exactly. Not preparing the next generation. So poverty repeating for many generations. It's poverty, but it's more than just poverty too. That's the biggest portion of it is poverty. Poor choices, yes, ma'am. Biblically speaking, there's family curses, sins. Okay, agree. Keisha says mental health can be. Uh huh. If no treatment is taken and no help is sought after every generation, because it could have been passed down. So I totally agree with you, Keisha. From one generation to another, it may be heart problems that run within the family, or like in my case, high blood pressure runs within my family. It could be liver, it could be any vital organ, it could be mental that runs throughout families. I watched a Netflix spinning out, and that is an excellent example of generational curse. Mom and daughter had bipolar and didn't take meds. Oh wow, that was probably horrible, Keisha. Okay. Tasha Mack, hey, how you doing? Speak the real talk, Ms.V. Okay, thank you for coming over, Tasha. I appreciate you. And Mercy Me is saying amen. Keisha, some people may know better though. Oh, yeah, a lot of people know better, but do they want to do better is the question. Obviously not, if they haven't bothered to get any help or change what they already know is a problem. If alcoholism was in your family, and it was in the grandparents and it was in the mother and the father, now it's in you and you seeing it in your children, that's a generational curse of alcoholism. Who's going to break the cycle? Who's going to stop and say enough is enough? I don't want this as my legacy. And I just use that as an example. It could be a whole lot of other stuff. um Auntie says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Facts. um Tasha Mack is saying knowing is wrong. Exactly. If you can't tell a friend they're wrong, you really not a friend. I totally agree. That's what I was saying. They're not really a friend. If you can't tell them when they're wrong, that's an acquaintance or associate maybe, but definitely not a friend. Mm-mm. Um, Keisha's agreeing with you that you are absolutely correct. Absolutely 100, says Keisha. Ignoring is a stronger response than any response I know. Ignoring kills a person when they're trying to get your attention. People like to come out and say whatever they want to say and they want to fight. So they want you to flip right back. But if you notice, if I ever responded to anybody on this, because that's the only way y'all would know. So I have to use YouTube. I waited. I thought about it. I tried to figure out why would you even say that? Why are you coming after me? I'm not even, you're not even my content. I'm not talking about you. They wanted my attention for some reason. There is something they want to tell me. I'm not interested. I've lived my life 70 years without you. I'm not interested in what you have to say. You're not a positive person. You're a negative person. I don't want that negativity in my life. It's just that simple. So I totally agree with you, Keisha. Millie said, my motto for not just my marriage, but every relationship is pick your battles wisely. Exactly. You don't have to fight every battle. Even the country doesn't fight every battle. They get into it with other countries, but we don't go to war every time somebody says something or do something. You got to remember, it costs money to fight a war. Yeah. It ain't no different with lip service. I mean, it takes a lot of out of you to fight with people. That's a lot of wasted energy. And that ain't in my opinion, that's facts. When you could be doing something else that's more beneficial to your life than wasting energy on somebody you don't even know. Because I don't care. I don't care where you live, what you got, what you don't have. I don't, it's not mine to care about. Okay? I'm thinking as a mature individual. I don't care whether you have, whether you don't have it. What that's got to do with me? Nothing. What you drive, where you work, how much money you got, how many views you got on your channel. What does that have to do with me? Nothing. It's all the way you think about things and how you look at things. Okay. Let me finish reading yours, Auntie. Your battles, pick your battles wisely. Nitpicking weakens the relationship and the energies. I'd rather win the war than the battle. Yeah, because the battle just keeps going on and on. Once the war is won, it's over. It's over. Next, on to the next war. But forget the battle, because I don't believe the battle ever ends. It just continues. I don't have time in my life to be worrying about that. FNL4 resets. Hello and welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. Charlene, good evening. How are you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Please ring the bell, which is the like button up in the right hand corner, or it may be in the normal position. Hit that button for me. Thank you. Charlene is agreeing with Keisha that it can be passed down. Yes, a whole lot of traits can be passed down, good and bad. Because if you're around that person and you're growing up around that person, you're taking on whatever characteristics that they have. Until you get out into the world, your first experience is probably going to be going to school, because they start the school so early down. We have children that just turned 4 in school. They turned 4 maybe in August, the beginning of August, and started school the end of August. That's awfully young to be getting out there with the world. And you just left mommy at home or whoever's raising you. Liz is saying, cool, looking good. Ms.V, thank you, Liz, and welcome. Auntie, Ms.V, far as YouTube or that sector coming after you, I notice folks reject whenever whoever doesn't come to that side. If you don't carry on to their, it jumped. Wait a minute, let me find you again. If you don't carry on to their liking, they attack. They feel like you either with them or not. I don't have to be with nobody. I came out here solo on this platform. I can go my feelings to any channel I choose to go to. If you have chosen to attack me for no reason, I'm gone, and I'm gone forever. Don't ever think I'm coming back. I don't give a damn what you say, okay? If I choose to go to a channel and look at it, and I'm going to give you a for instance, this weekend, I went over to a channel and I was looking at her channel, and some lady went on to another content creator's channel and said I was over there on the lady's channel talking about her. I dropped off in the latest comment and told her you're a damn lie, which she was. That content creator's name was never called by me at all, period. The video is still up and it's stuck, and she's being messy to cause a confusion between me and the content creator. She wrote it in their chat. So I choose to, look over dumb stuff like that. Now, if the content creator is dumb enough to take her word and not go look for herself, that's on her. And I will never address it because I don't watch her. All right? So, um, when I came out supporting everybody. Everybody. It wasn't no left and no right. It had never been that kind of stuff. I was a neutral person that went to everybody's platform, supported everybody's platform. But because you gang up and you get in a group and I don't support that person or that group, then okay, well, say what you got to say. But I don't care because I'm not. Okay? I'm not going to talk about that person. I'm going to say what I got to say to that person, and I'm done with it. So don't keep bringing it up, and don't come over here trying to tell me nothing, okay, about this channel. You got a channel, stay on your channel and do your channel. Don't make it something that it don't need to be. Ms.V ain't thinking about you. Hello, Vincent Bell. I got told on Friday that I got 2 months to live at most. Don't waste your life. Oh my God. Vincent, I am so sorry to hear that, but you are absolutely correct. You cannot waste your life. If you just got told on Friday that you have 2 months to live, you got to get out and you got to take care of business here, now, and enjoy whatever good days you have. Very sorry to hear that. But welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. And thank you for that. That's good info. Don't waste your life. And I try my best not to. I love that pearl necklace. Who gave that to you? This was my aunt's. I have a lot of jewelry from family members that was passed on. Um, Lisa Pratt, you look nice. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. And welcome to Chatting with Miss V. Hey, Deidre. Good evening, Miss V. I miss you so much. I pray all is well. Well, Deidre, where have you been? Why have you been missing me? I try to come out here at least once a day. Sometimes I make it out here twice a day, but it's been kind of hard since I work, with the special needs kids now. But summer's soon coming, and I only have maybe a month and a half left of school, and then I'll be out for summer. Not sure if I'm going back next year or not. I'll decide that in August. Okay, but thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Carla, looking jazzy. I appreciate you, Carla, always. Um, I can't understand why they even bring up Miss V when you don't talk about nobody because they want my attention. That's why. Nothing to do with that sector. They want to drag in Miss V in their drama so bad just to see folks argue. And they want to also, it's more than that. They also want to turn their chat against coming over here to listen to me. It's a two-way street there. I figured it all out. So if they talk about me in their chat, then their chat is not likely to come over here to my channel. But guess what? I'm digging mine out the mud every week. I'm getting new people coming in. I don't really want people who think like that in my chat because you're not a free spirit. You're not an open mind. You're one track. You're a follower. You're a fan. I'm really not interested in that. I've had that before. It's no good. As soon as somebody say, I don't support you no more, then there they go running. Okay. So no, I would rather have the chat that I have, people coming in, coming out, and I chat with whoever comes into the chat that has good sense and understand the topics that we're talking about. And I chat with them and they chat with me. I don't have to have a multitude of people in my chat to talk. I bring my commentary. Those who want to listen, listen. Those who agree, agree, disagree. But when we leave here, we all one. Just one big old happy family, laid back, relaxed, enjoying this virtual cruise ride. I could care less, but whatever, auntie. Um, Deidre is saying, I have been working so much. Yes, ma'am, I understand that. Okay, but I appreciate you dropping in, Deidre, and catch the replays. I always leave them up. So that could be also narcissistic behavior in your family tree that has been passed down. Also, that's kind of a mental thing. Anger issues. A lack of sleep could cause you to have all kind of problems. Okay? Um, Sleep deprivation, depression, suicidal thoughts. Those are all mental issues that could have been passed down. If there was somebody who was mental before you, that gene could have followed and can follow on through you to your next generation. Okay, yes, ma'am, you're welcome. I definitely will. Okay, Deidre. Financial problems can be also generational. If nobody sit down before you and taught you how to manage your life or your finances, I'd call that a curse. What do you think? And you didn't bother to get up and do it yourself, it don't make no difference how much money you have. You will always be broke, busted, and disgusted because you don't know how to manage. You don't know how to take your money and make money. Okay? You make enough money to pay the bills you have created, and there's nothing left over. And if it is, it's very minute. You're throwing thousands of dollars around. That ain't no money these days. Not when it costs thousands of dollars just to have a roof over your head every day. That's no money. Okay? Just saying. Um, Keisha saying yes. Ms.V hold her own too well. It makes them feel some type of way. It tells me they're used to connections through toxic behavior, like the only way they know how to communicate or interact is a mess drama. I don't have that in my life. I've never had that in my life. I've never really had messy people in my life. Um, in my real life. I never really saw so much drama until I came out here on YouTube. And I realized that my commentary is more Facebook commentary than YouTube, but I'm keeping rolling in this direction because I'm growing in this direction with the type of people that I want to talk to. There are some people that don't want to do nothing but come in and misbehave and disrespect, and I don't want to be bothered with that. I'm too old for that. I didn't want to be bothered when I was young. I had my mind on my business trying to get to where I am today, where I could do what I wanted to do when I got ready to do it. A lot of these people are not going to have anything. They're not working a job to draw any social security. They're not working to get a retirement check. If YouTube falls off the map today, they shit out of luck. I don't get that. They able body when they could work YouTube and a job, but they choose to sit up and just try to draw off of YouTube all day long. Or if the job they have ain't enough, then can't you better yourself to get another job or get two jobs? I'm those kind of people. My mother didn't teach me to save. I learned by having allotments in Air Force. Okay, then the military taught you, Keisha, and that's a good teacher. From I've never been. My oldest brother was the only one in my family, immediate family, that went to the military. But I can say this much. He was down at Southern University clowning and wasting money. But when the Vietnam War hit and he was drafted because he chose not to go back that fall, it grew him up and it changed his whole world. Now, I would say he's the way he is, very uh domineering. It's his way of the highway because of the military and coming out of the military, going into law enforcement. And if you worked all your life, I think he worked up until he was 72 years old. That's all you know. So that's what you're going to go with. You can't see anything any different outside of military and law enforcement. So his rules are stringent. You can't tell him nothing. I don't try. Love him to death. He love me to death, but I know how long I can be around him. Mm-mm. And that's my brother. Okay? So if I can walk away from him, bro, I got to talk to you later. Hey, I got to go. I'm going to be back later. Okay? I see you. We good. Okay? All right. Bye. And then you think I can't walk away from a virtual stranger? Sure, I can. I love just having great conversations, debates on current affairs, history, politics, and we bring it all over here. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Welcome to Chatting with Miss V. You're speaking facts, Miss V. I love your channel, drama free. I can't have all that drama in my life because you can click off of YouTube and whatever you were fighting about, you carrying that with you. You can't just break it. Don't tell me because you going right back over there and listen to the person who was talking about you and you coming right back out here again. I ain't got that kind of time. It don't mean that much to me. I don't know you to be doing all that. So I choose not to. Life can be a shit show for all of us. Okay? So everyone will have a shit show day. It's all in how you handle it. I choose to handle it with grace and dignity and some elegance and some class about myself. I know a lot of people that are watching me that you don't see in the chat. You don't see my pastor in the chat. You don't see his wife in the chat. You don't see a lot of church folks in the chat. But when I go down there, they were like, that was a great show you had the other night. I really enjoyed the commentary. They hit the like button and kept it kicking. I don't know but one or two people from down there who have actually fallen off into the chat. That's Jason, the organist, Miss Margaret, the keyboard player. Um, who else down there? One of the deacons down there, Marcus, came into my chat and spoke to me one day. Um, Other than that, it's a lot of them have subscribed. So I'm not gonna be out here doing the fool and acting the fool. I'm gonna let the other people do it, okay? And let them hear what they got to say. And then they'll come back and they'll tell me, I don't watch the channel, but what you were saying, I don't know how you deal with that. It's easy. I don't pay it any attention. If you stop watching it, you don't know unless somebody's telling you or somebody's sending it to you. With my schedule waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, how do I have time to watch all of these channels on the weekend? I don't want to take up all my time watching. It's my life. That's the way it is. And it's better for me. That way I can come over here on my channel and I can talk to the people who come in and we can have a great conversation and talk about whatever the topic is for the day and we can move on until the next time. Um, Miss Joy saying sorry to hear that, but God is in control, praying for you. Oh, you talking about the guy who came in, yeah, that was given a two month sentence. Oh yeah, that's got to be a hard road to hoe. I don't know what my reactions would be. I would think I would be at a point where if this is the end, this is the end. I've had a good life. I don't really have any regrets. That's what I'm seeing right now. I've basically done most of the things in life I wanted to do. If there are some few things that I wanted to do that I didn't get around to, or maybe it wasn't for me. That's the way I have to look at it. You can't do everything in life you want to do. But other than that, I don't have no complaints or no regrets or have to come out here and or in the world and do nothing, stealing, robbing, scamming, lying on people for views, dollar. I don't have to do all that. I can just come out here and do my commentary for whoever comes into the chat and keep it moving. And I like it like that. I don't have to put on what I call a shit show every day, all day long. For instance, if someone lies on me, I don't have to be quick to respond, or I don't have to respond at all. They don't know me. I'm not going to run up your views, and I don't want you to run up mine. Not with that. Mm-mm. I didn't start my channel that way. I'm not going to end it that way. I can ignore. Okay? Yeah. And until you, I really wouldn't understand why would a person be that interested in somebody else's life anyway. Um, I'm not that interested in nobody else's life to do some stuff like that. I just don't care. There comes a time in life when it's just time to move on. Get thee behind me, devil, okay? Way back. Go out in the middle of the street, okay, and watch the cars go by on the side of the road. Stay out there in the middle and get run over. I just don't care. And you get to that in life where your life should mean more to you at this point than anybody else's. You first, your husband, if you have one, or your significant other, your children, those are the things that should be important to you. Why am I concerned about anybody else that I don't know? When I have so many people I do know that have issues going on. Okay? You got to escape the psychopath because most of us are out here doing the best we can with what we have, and we have good intentions. Always remember that hurt people bring on pain that breeds more hurt and pain. You don't have to be the one that said or did anything. Just the fact that you are happy and getting along with people and they aren't all emotional and psychotic and narcissistic, it may bother other people. You can't let it bother you. The internet has brought about a lot of trauma to people through them saying and doing things that really hurt. I had to come out here and I had to figure out a whole lot of things about a whole lot of these people because before I became a content creator, I really didn't see it. I'm just listening to what they are saying. But once you become a content creator, it almost puts you in the same arena as them, but you don't have to be them. You don't. Be yourself, and you'll be much more content and much more happy. I've been called slow. Doesn't matter. How do they know if I'm slow or not? My content doesn't say I'm slow. It says I'm moving pretty fast out here. I'm about to catch up with you, but I'm slow. Well, then I don't get that. Some things you just don't understand. So, healing is not going to be easy. Breaking these generational curses, it's not going to be easy. You know what you know when you know it. And when some people just don't have the capacity to figure it out and how to stop licking those open wounds and heal those open wounds, they will forever be where they are. Life will continue to add more and more complex problems so that hole will grow bigger and deeper and it will cut to the marrow, down to the bone if you allow it and if they don't stop it. Let me get y'all's comment. Let me get back up. I'm trying to find where I left off. Okay, I think I'm here at Charlene where she says, "You're speaking facts, Ms.V. I love your channel, drama free." Okay, y'all are speaking. I also have a laugh as well. You gotta laugh through some things. Some of the times some of the things that they may say about you, you may have to laugh at them because they don't even make sense to get mad at. Laugh at it and keep it kicking. Keep it moving. Um, let's see. Going down. Hi, Atonement. Dropping by Ms.V and Chatters. Hi. And you know you always welcome Atonement. That was a great live that you had over there. She was on Miss America's chat yesterday, and she gave out some great information to subscribers as well as content creators about how to maneuver around when things are happening to you out here on these YouTube streets. Um, I know the Federal Trade Communications, FTC was one that she was saying you need to get in contact with. But I suggest you go over to Miss America's channel and catch the live yesterday because it was some great informative information. She is military. We appreciate you serving our country and also bringing out the information that I so as well needed because I don't think I'll ever have to use it because the way I look at it, I'm at a point where I just really don't care. Um, they've just about told every lie that they could lie on me. I've come out with the papers and said, okay, here it is. This is what they said. This is the way it is. And there ain't much more you can say at this point. You gotta find somebody else to pick on. But thank you for that information, Atomic. Miss Jackie Johnson is agreeing 100 with me. Leah, preach. Okay. You speaking knowledge. Thank you, Miss Joy. Charlene, exactly, Miss. Every lie or comment doesn't deserve a response. No, it doesn't. That's what they want you to do. Fall into that trap of defending yourself. Who are you for me to defend myself against? I don't know you. You don't know me. And that's the way I have to keep it. Okay. So we were cool at one time. Everybody out here. We were cool. But now since you decided to switch up, and I didn't switch up with what you want me to switch up with, we ain't cool no more. Well, then it just so be it. It'll just have to be that. Okay? Sometimes it's best to just leave it alone, and that is a fact. Okay. Keisha, it is extremely bothersome to see the black on black racism because I experienced that so much in my life. This racism out here on YouTube is money and the lack of money. Like I said, ain't nobody in this sector making no money, but Treese, if you put it like it really is, okay? She's making more money than anybody in this sector. This is her sector. Why? Because she came out here and she started first. And she was out here by herself for at least, I want to say 7 years before anybody else ever came out here because I had been watching her a long time because wasn't nobody else to watch in this sector. And then I go over and watch Country Wayne and I go over and I watch Mr. Junior. And it wasn't too much else to watch. Melissa and Terry. That was about it when I started watching. Yeah. Ms.V, you opened my eyes to some things, and I want to thank you. You're welcome, Charlene. I'm older. I should be wiser. I should have more discernment and a lot of wisdom to share with you. I always tell y'all, if I hit a brick wall, why would I want y'all to hit that same brick wall when that shit hurt when I hit it? Not who I am. Um, let's see. Hi, Cheryl P. Good evening. How are you? Where is the love? Nothing but the devil's playground. That is what my pastor said when I came out here. When I went to him initially, Lily, and I told him that I was going to get a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel. He told me, he said, YouTube ain't nothing but the devil's playground. I feel confident that you can handle it, but be aware what you stepping into. And did he lie? No, he did not. No. We've talked about it since I've been on here. When I was attacked the first time, I went to him and I talked about it. He explained everything in detail to me. She got issues with you. You don't have no issues with her. It's something about you that she don't like because she would have never written you those messages a year before you came out here and even got a channel. She been gunning for you a long time. There's immaturity there. There's childish behavior there. There's a lot of things. You have got to learn how to walk around it. So when I have a problem, I go to him because I went to him in the beginning and he always leads me in the right direction. Or when I'm down because somebody came out here and told a lie, I said, well, should I go out there and should I show that this person said I ain't got nothing? Should I show them that they're lying? That's clearly up to you. Okay? Or that's the way, that's our relationship, okay? Um Keisha say, even if it's about money, it's hurtful. Yes, it is. But ain't nobody making that kind of money. I've made way more money on jobs that I've had in the past than this crap out here. I probably will never make the money I made working in the lab or the airline or nowhere else I've worked out here. First of all, I'm starting late. That's not to say that I won't pick up and fly. I don't know, but I don't worry about it. But I don't have to live on this money either. Some people, that's all they got is this money. So, yeah, they got to do everything they can do, say everything they can say. I just thank God I'm not in that position. Um, Hey Peach, how you doing? Happy Sunday to you. Thanks for coming over. Lily, yes, everyone is not evil. No, you got some good people out here. You really, really do. It just seems like this sector here has been tainted. And it has not always been like this. When I first started looking at this sector, even when I first came onto this sector, I knew so many people out here. I thought I did. And got along with everybody. Didn't have a problem with nobody. Went into everybody's chat. Spoke to them. Spoke to the people in the chat. I don't do that no more. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Even if I look, I'll look from the bushes. I ain't going in. There's a lot of these chats I would not go in anymore. Because they done did an about face, a 360, a 380. Ms.V, your lives are always very informative and educational. I enjoy listening and learning. Never get too old to learn because I learn myself every day. And until I check out of here and close my eyes, I'ma still be learning, long as my mind can comprehend what the person is saying. I learned from listening to Atonement yesterday a lot of stuff that I was unaware of that she put out here. Yeah. And I learn from y'all every day when y'all come into the chat. Audrey, Aubrey, Peoples, hello. God is good all the time, and all the time, He is good. I've lived to know that. Keisha, my first experience with racism was another Black female, and I grew up in all white community. My first experience, I guess, with Black racism would have been 10th grade because I told y'all my ninth grade year, I went over and integrated my high school. Then they closed down the Black high school and forced them to go to the north side or to the south side. And me having already been there for a whole year, that was my first experience in the 10th grade. But it didn't last long because I didn't change my Blackness. I was still Black. And we had all been at the junior high together. And when they came back, they found me to be the same person. So, they tested me to see how Black I still was because I had been over there a whole year. But it all worked out. Okay, let's see. Black female I grew up with in a white neighborhood. To see decades later, it's worse than before. I had a different experience. Some of the whites that I went to school with my ninth grade year, were very, very racist. But we're friends of on Facebook today. And we have been friends over the years, over 50 years now. They grew up with that in their home. They didn't know no better. They had to experience being around Black people. They had never really been around us to know. I mean, we all lived in the same small town, but they lived in their area and we lived in our area until I guess it was the late 70s when we started moving into each other's community. Well, we moved into their community because they never moved in our community. I'm really sorry to hear that, Miss V. It's something you go through, but it made me a strong and a better person. It made me understand that you are Black. You will always be Black. Ain't no sense in you trying to be nothing else but that. You are going to have to defend for yourself out here in this cold, cruel world against not only them, but everybody. And it has come to that. It used to be a black and white thing, but now you're up against the world. And to have Black racism, I can't deal with that. I cannot. Having to kick doors in for other Blacks to come and follow behind and have a better education, better books. Because some of the books we had at the Black school had tape on them and everything else, pages were missing. And you think, I'm going to come out here fighting with another Black. These people don't have a clue what some people from my era went through. So because they don't understand, I can't get on their level. Uh-uh. Your path was already made for you when you got out here. Your school was already integrated. Your community was already integrated. So you don't understand. And I realize that. So I'm the bigger one. I'm the smarter one. I'm gonna take the high road. Okay? You do you. Okay, I done made myself so big. Okay, now I made myself back little. Keisha, I had the same experience as you. They say I talk white. It's just the what 8 to 9 years of college where I had to speak proper. I can't understand that last word, but I understand you had to speak proper. And it all depends on what part of the country you live in. I'm a Southern girl, so I've never been proper, ever. Um, I know correct English and was a very good English major. Okay, I aced English. I can conjugate a verb and all that good stuff. I know an adjective, a pronoun, a noun. I know where it goes. Okay, but am I going to speak it always? Mm-mm. Not unless I'm on a major platform speaking to an audience of people who've paid to come in there and listen to me. Then I'll be on my best behavior. Out here on YouTube, I'm every day. Um, Keisha saying she understands. Okay, y'all, we have come up on our hour. In fact, we passed our hour. I really appreciate each and every one who have come over. Hopefully, the information that I've given you and that y'all have spoke on generational curses, that maybe you'll be able to help somebody. But I'm going to say this. It's not going to be easy unless they want to help themselves. And that's the problem with anything that's a vice. If you're an alcoholic, you may know you're an alcoholic, but you ain't going to stop until you want to stop. If you're a drug addict, you're going to lie and deny to the bitter end until it take you down or the police take you in. That's the way it goes. So all I can say is recognize. When you recognize and you see there are issues or there are problems there, silently walk out the door. Whoever said in the chat it's probably best not to respond to it, I agree with you. That racism you experienced, Ms. V, was a generational curse. Yeah, it was with them. They didn't know any better, like I said. We went all the way to our senior year, graduated, came back for the 10th reunion. We all are at Catfish Cabin together in my small town. And both blacks and whites are in there. But the blacks from my high school had to go back to the black high school, which reopened after they integrated it the 10th grade year. It reopened our 11th grade year. So some of the kids went back to the black high school that they came from. Others got there and they said, oh, this ain't too bad. We're playing football. We're in the band. It's all right. It changed the music even. When I went there, they were playing Dixie. So it was good that it happened the way it did. They took the veteran teachers out, like my mom, who had been in there over, I guess when integration hit, she had been in there over 20 years. So they took the veteran teachers and they moved them to the white schools also to integrate. And it took a while. Most of them started leaving. Monroe is basically a black town now, whereas before it was black and white. So they went out into the woods. They went out into Ruston, to Shudron, to all the little towns around there they could find. And the neighborhood, even which was totally white around my high school, is totally black now. Because those that could get away, they got away and they moved out of there. It has a black mayor. My nephew is mayor of the town that I grew up in, and there's a black mayor, had been up until this election in Monroe. But somehow my people didn't go out and vote this time, so they got a Caucasian mayor in there this time. So that's another thing too. You can't get too lax either. Just thinking that, okay, it's just I ain't got to vote. He gonna get back in there again. Not necessarily. My sister said, I like that, Ms.V. Oh, thank you, sister. Me too, Ms.V. Same here. Yes. Okay, y'all. I have voting is another great topic. Yes, we may come on that one and talk about voting one day and the struggles that our forefathers went through and the rights of women to vote, which ain't been very, very long ago. Okay. That's why it's important that we need to get out there coming up to this election. So that would be a good topic, Keisha. Anybody seen Naptag? I have not seen her in a week or two now. I hope she's okay. But anyway, y'all, this has been my commentary for today. I really have enjoyed each and every one of y'all. Hit the like button for me. Thanks to the members and the subscribers over here. This has been a great Sunday afternoon. Finish enjoying your Sunday, and we'll talk again later. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Goodbye.